Well, hello everyone. It's Sybil Starr, and today I would like to share something a little different from the astrology presentations that I have given in the past. For more than 25 years, I practiced and taught astrology. Over time, my understanding of its purpose has evolved. I no longer see astrology simply as a way of describing events or predicting the future. Instead, I see it as a symbolic language that reveals opportunities for the evolution of consciousness. The astrology is not the destination, it's the map. The destination is consciousness. We'll begin exploring the Cancer New Moon and the rare planetary geometry of the Golden Triangle and what is called Barbault's basket. And some people call it a cradle. But today we're going to call it Barbault's basket. Rather than simply learning about these extraordinary alignments, my invitation is to explore what they may be asking of us, both individually and collectively. We'll conclude with a heart coherence meditation, moving beyond understanding into direct experience. My hope is that you'll leave not only with a new perspective on these remarkable astrological patterns, but with a deeper sense of peace, coherence, and conscious participation in this extraordinary moment. So first we'll be talking about the Cancer New Moon, which occurs on July 14th at 2:44 a.m. Pacific at 22 degrees of Cancer. I did talk more about this in my video that I did at the beginning of the month, but this occurs in the Cancer New Moon, so it seems like a really good time to do it. As we know, the new moon is a time to set intentions, and it carries the energy for basically the next 29 days, 29 days. So the sun and the moon and Mercury are all in Cancer. And so Cancer is associated with the Divine Mother as well as the human mother. Cancer is always about affairs of the heart. And it's cancer energy is, it's very easy to love others. The challenge is to love ourselves. The goal of Cancer energy is self-love. And you know, it is the first water sign. It's ruled by the moon, and so it's the emotional body. And so it is a challenge to love ourselves. And so at this Cancer New Moon, we're really asked to not only care for others, but care for ourselves. It's about self-nurturance, self-care, and also to know that it is the first water sign. It has to do with family, clan, tribe, all kinds of domestic affairs. It's a very sensitive and imaginative energy. And as I said, it's ruled by the moon, which represents in our chart the emotional body. And it's the emotional body where all of the memories are held. And I've noticed that in this Cancer energy, it seems like for many people, memories are coming up, whether they are memories of this lifetime, memories, soul memories of other lifetimes. Many are having memories of lives in Lemuria, Atlantis, and Egypt. Now, the ancient symbol for Cancer is the tortoise, because it's got a very soft inside. There's a very soft heart, but there can be a tendency to have a hard outer shell, a little bit of defensiveness to protect that soft heart. So it's really important to stay out of the shell as much as possible and to take nothing personally. It's a very subjective energy, and to know most people are just dealing with their own stuff. It's things that really aren't meant, maybe in ways that we take them. So it's really important to get a level of objectivity. But Cancer also withdraws when it's hurt. It goes back into that shell. All right. Now it's conjunct Mercury, god of the mind, who is also retrograde. Cancer. Mercury's going to be retrograde until July 23rd. We'll have a long time with Mercury in Cancer from June 1st to August 9th. It went retrograde from June 29th and will turn direct, like I said, on July 23rd. But a long time there. And Mercury in Cancer really does increase our capacity for memory, soul memories, for imagination. It is said that many writers, many fiction writers, have Mercury in Cancer because some of the stories that come up are actually soul memories. So, anyway, and not just simply memories of this lifetime, but memories that live in the soul. And I have a memory that has come up that I'm going to also share as I think it is relevant. Okay, all right. Now we're going to move on to the golden triangle. And I'm going to screen share, see, the golden triangle. So, let's see here. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get back here to this screen here. Okay, let's see here. Here's the golden triangle. All right, let's share this. All right, so what is the golden triangle? Okay, we're going to talk about what it means, but first I just want to show you what it is. It is an astrological configuration of Uranus in Gemini, which is trine Pluto in Aquarius, and they're both sextile Neptune in Aries. And why this is so powerful is because it is lasting for 3 years. These three outer planets, these three outer planets all moved into fire and air signs around the same time, and they're slow moving planets, and so they're traveling together. And so from basically from 1 to 10 degrees over the next 3 years, these planets are doing a dance with each other. Okay, I'm going to show you just one more image. Okay, just so you, this is the triangle, but it's called a minor grand trine. But I want to just show you a different image of it, just so you. Okay, well, this isn't wanting to work, is it? Let's see here. Okay. All right, this is smaller, just so that you can see that it's actually an isosceles triangle. This is the base, is the Uranus, trine, Pluto, and then they're both sextile. Neptune, so Neptune is at the apex. So you can see this is kind of this is very similar to the shape of the pyramids. Okay, it's called an isosceles triangle. All right, so now let's talk a little bit more about what that actually means. Okay, all right, so the golden triangle, it's a very rare aspect, and it's active for 3 years, as I said, sometimes closely, at other times more loosely. And because all three outer planets are involved, this is more than a personal influence. It's a collective evolutionary field that will remain active for, like I said, until 2029. The trine between Uranus and Pluto supports awakening, innovation, and transformation, while Neptune serves as the heart-centered bridge between them. The trine provides the flow, but the sextiles require conscious participation. The golden triangle is more than an astrological pattern. I see it as a fourth density energetic framework that comes alive through our conscious participation. Fourth density describes a shift from living in fear and separation to living in greater unity, heart coherence, and conscious co-creation. Fourth densities is actually more our level of consciousness. Dimension has to do more with the field that we are in, but this is a fourth density shift in consciousness. To me, it's a field that is really supporting that shift within ourselves. The golden triangle offers us a way to experience that shift directly through intentional breathing, focused awareness, and heart coherence. The geometry becomes a living field of resonance that supports greater harmony within ourselves and the collective. In this field, sacred geometry becomes a living pattern that responds to our awareness. It's all about conscious co-creation. It's like the field is there, that is a higher frequency, and as we attune to it by our own coherence and conscious choices, is how it has the greatest impact. So anyway, back to it, sacred geometry becomes a living pattern that responds to our awareness. We become more present, opening ourselves to new possibilities. Separation begins to soften as we experience greater connection with ourselves, one another, and the larger field of consciousness. And breath is what brings this experience to life. As we breathe with intention, we create greater coherence between the heart, mind, and body, allowing us to engage this field consciously. I just recently came to understand that the breath is more than just an exchange of oxygen. It really is a field that as we breathe it in, it connects our mind, our heart, our body. It connects our consciousness. It connects everything, okay? And like a tuning fork, the field reflects the quality of consciousness we bring to it. As we cultivate peace, gratitude, and compassion, we strengthen not only our own coherence, but also the collective field. The two air signs invite us to become present through the breath. Neptune in Aries at the apex reminds us that the destination is not another idea or belief. It is our own direct experience of the divine. That Neptune in Aries, which is the apex, is asking us to surrender to divine will and have the courage to step into our own direct experience of the divine, because that is what has been lacking in our world, and this is very ancient technology to help us do that. Okay, for this reason, the golden triangle has been called a window to the new earth and a field of miracles, inviting humanity into greater conscious co-creation and heart coherence. The new earth emerges as we embody the qualities that can sustain it: peace, coherence, and compassion, joy, wisdom, and conscious participation. Now we're going to look at Barbault's basket. Now the golden triangle is contained within Barbault's basket. And so let me show you it. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so here is Barbault's basket. Okay. All right, so what we have here is we have the golden triangle. We've got Pluto, sextile Neptune, which is also sextile Uranus, and Uranus is trine Pluto. But in addition to this, we also have Jupiter. Uranus is sextile Jupiter. Jupiter comes into range. Jupiter's just entered Leo, and immediately it is activating this golden triangle. And so Jupiter opposes Pluto, and Jupiter also trines Neptune. So it's what's called a basket. So it's like a container. It's a stabilizing field for this frequency. Okay, so what does that mean for us? All right. So, Barbault's basket. So, decades ago, the French astrologer André Barbault identified July 2026 as a pivotal moment in humanity's evolution. He observed that the rare convergence of Pluto in Aquarius, Neptune in Aries, Uranus in Gemini, and Jupiter in Leo would mark the beginning of a new era, describing it as a splendid relaunch of civilization. When Jupiter enters Leo and opposes Pluto in Aquarius, it completes the larger geometric pattern known as Barbault's basket. Building on the coherence of the golden triangle, Jupiter in Leo adds the stabilizing quality of joy and reminds us of our own true divine nature. Leo reminds us that the heart is the source of creativity, courage, and authentic self-expression, while Pluto in Aquarius invites profound collective transformation. From July 18th to the 23rd, all 4 planets are aligned at 4 degrees. Now, this actually is in effect pretty much all of July, but this is where it's the most, I would say, most exact. Okay, so all 4 planets are at 4 degrees, and in numerology, the number 4 symbolizes stability, strong foundations, and building something that can endure. Symbolically, this remarkable alignment establishes a stable, energetic framework upon which something new can emerge. The golden triangle itself remains active for several years as the outer planets continue their journey through the early degrees of the fire and air signs. Barbault's basket, however, is activated during specific periods as additional planets move through this larger framework. Basically, anytime a planet moves opposite in Leo or Sagittarius, it will create a basket. Okay. All right. It is and activates the early degrees. However, it is also activated. Each activation offers a unique opportunity to deepen both individual and collective evolution. It just really depends on the planet. Venus was actually there in June, and in July, Mercury will be there. So, okay. All right. So these activation periods invite us to come together in heart coherence with a shared intention of peace, healing, compassion, and awakening. Through collective prayer and meditation, we consciously participate in the emergence of a more coherent and compassionate world. Barbault's basket reminds us that we are not simply witnessing humanity's evolution. We are consciously participating in creating it. And so, how do we participate? I want to share a vision that I had. It was a meditation. It was something that came to me in a meditation. So a few weeks ago, during a meditation, I had a profound inner experience that completely changed how I understand this astrological moment. It was a very visceral experience. I was doing a meditation with the Monroe Institute, and some of you may be familiar with the Monroe Institute. They use sound, okay, to take one into altered states of consciousness. And so I became, so the sound that I was experiencing felt like the low hum of the universe. It wasn't simply something I heard. I felt the vibration through my whole body. It was as though every cell was expanding. Then I found myself in the Great Pyramid, a place in Egypt on the Giza Plateau, a place that has held deep meaning for me since my visit to Egypt. I saw that I was part of a group whose purpose was not to perform an initiation, but to hold a coherent field for someone else who was moving through one. I realized that this required complete presence. My attention could not wander. My role was to remain centered, focused, and coherent. The steadier my own field became, the more it contributed to the strength of the collective field that we were holding together. As we maintained that shared coherence, I became aware that our individual biofields expanded and merged into one larger field. It was as though our collective coherence became the stable foundation that supported the initiation. When I came out of that meditation, I realized the experience wasn't really about the Great Pyramid. It was about understanding the role of a field stabilizer. That insight transformed the way I see the golden triangle and Barbault's basket. Perhaps these extraordinary alignments are inviting us to become field stabilizers ourselves, not by doing more, but by embodying greater peace, coherence, compassion, and joy. As we cultivate these qualities together, we strengthen the collective field from which something new can emerge. The golden triangle establishes the field. Barbault's basket periodically amplifies and stabilizes that field, inviting us into conscious, collective participation through heart coherence, prayer, and meditation. During this time, group meditation with shared intention can greatly impact the field, especially when we can release fear and separation and embody peace, gratitude, compassion, and joy. They align us with the fourth density field this energetic framework holds and helps us create the new earth that lives as a frequency within each of us. We're going to have many opportunities over the next several years, and so I feel it's just so important to gather and meditate together on some level with a shared intention. Okay. This is how we change the world, and this is how we give birth to the new earth, from my perspective. Okay. All right. As I said earlier, I've come to realize that astrology is not the destination. It is the map. The destination is consciousness. The planets don't create evolution. They reveal the opportunities through which consciousness can evolve. My hope today is not simply to share an extraordinary astrological alignment, but to invite us into sorry, I had a message pop up. Okay. My hope today is not simply to share an extraordinary astrological alignment, but to invite us into an experience of heart coherence that allows us to participate consciously in the moment. If consciousness is the destination, then heart coherence is one of the ways we learn to embody it. Let us experience that now together. All right, we're going to transition into a meditation. But before we begin, I would like to say a few words about heart coherence. Heart coherence is a state in which the heart, mind, and nervous system come into greater harmony. As we slow the breath and cultivate emotions such as peace, gratitude, compassion, or joy, we naturally become more centered and present. From this place, our thoughts become clearer, our emotions more balanced, and we are better able to respond to life with wisdom rather than reactivity. Today, we'll use our breath as a bridge, connecting our individual hearts with one another And through the symbolism of the golden triangle and Barbault's basket, with a larger field of collective intention. I will be playing a 528 hertz ambient music softly in the background. This is the frequency of love, healing, and miracles, and resonates to the heart chakra. All right, so I'm gonna begin first with the music. Here we go. Had a little glitch there. Okay. All right. All right. So gently close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Place one hand over your heart and the other over your belly. Begin to breathe slowly and naturally. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold gently for 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. And hold for 2. Do this a few more times. Continue at your own comfortable rhythm. With each breath, allow your body to soften. Feel your shoulders relax. Let your jaw release. Feel yourself becoming more present with each inhale and each exhale. Imagine breathing in a warm golden light. A light that carries peace, compassion, joy, and possibility. Now bring into your awareness the golden triangle. Not simply as an astrological pattern, but as a symbol of coherence, balance, and conscious participation. See the energy of the golden triangle around you. You are in the center of it. With each breath, imagine yourself gently breathing with this living field of geometry. And silently repeat to yourself as you inhale, I breathe in peace. Breathe that in and hold it. And then exhale, I radiate peace. And again, as you inhale, say to yourself silently, I breathe in compassion. And as you exhale, I share compassion. And once more, as you inhale, I remember who I truly am as a being of light. And exhale, I offer that light to the world. As we breathe together, imagine our individual hearts becoming part of one coherent field. Together, we hold an intention of peace, compassion, clarity, and joy. May these qualities first take root within us. Then gently ripple outward to our families, our communities, humanity, and all life on earth. Let us rest quietly in this shared field for a few moments. Now begin to deepen your breath. Take some more deep breaths. Feel your body once again. Notice the chair beneath you, the room around you. Bring your awareness back, carrying this sense of peace and coherence with you. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes. May the peace we have cultivated within become the peace we bring into the world. As we conclude, I'd like to leave you with one final thought. The astrology is the finger pointing to the moon. Consciousness is the moon. The planets do not create our evolution. They reveal moments of possibility and invite us into conscious participation. The real work is not simply understanding the patterns in the sky. It is embodying the qualities that allow a new way of being to emerge within us. Perhaps the new earth is not something we are waiting for. Perhaps it is something we become, one coherent heart at a time. Thank you for sharing this experience with me today. May you carry this sense of peace, joy, compassion, and coherence into your own life. And in doing so, become a quiet, stabilizing presence in the world. So many blessings to all. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you find it helpful. I'm going to be trying to do a meditation a month with whatever is the most profound astrology of the month. And I will be doing a video at the beginning for the astrology of the whole month. I'm going to turn that off. Okay. It was great, but it's time to let it go. Okay. All right. So like I said, wishing you all a wonderful month, the rest of the month. And if you can, meditate with others with a shared intention, because this is really how we change the world and how we give birth to the new earth. It's going to come from within ourselves. And as we are in that frequency is how we manifest. This is a field of manifestation through frequency. All right, wishing you all a wonderful month, many blessings. And if you like this video, please check like and subscribe, and also give a comment. That would be really great. It's really helpful to the channel, helps the channel grow. All right, many blessings and namaste.